There is no coming to consciousness without pain. Carl Jung. Have you been experiencing strange sensations in your body that no doctor can explain? Comment yes below. If you felt sudden fatigue, pressure in your chest, or tingling at the top of your head, you may not be sick, you may be waking up. And by the end of this video, you will not only understand the 6 physical symptoms of spiritual awakening, you will know what they are trying to tell you. Most people imagine spiritual awakening as blissful, a radiant light, a surge of peace, a cosmic revelation. And yes, awakening can bring those things. But first, it brings disruption, because to awaken spiritually is to dissolve the old identity. It is to shed layers of false self, to confront the unconscious, and to integrate the shadow. This is not a gentle process. It is a psycho-physiological metamorphosis, and the body feels it all. In the language of depth psychology, the psyche and soma, the mind and body, are not separate. They are reflections of the same source. The unconscious does not just speak through dreams or slips of the tongue. It speaks through your muscles, your skin, your gut, your breath. When the soul awakens, it sends signals through the body. And those signals, when misunderstood, are often pathologized or feared. The first symptom is exhaustion, deep, unexplainable fatigue. Not the tiredness that follows physical exertion, but a kind of soul-weary heaviness that descends for no apparent reason. It comes in waves. One moment you feel clear, the next you feel as if gravity has doubled. This is because your psychic energy is being redirected inward. The ego, which once spent energy managing the persona, your public mask, is losing control. The unconscious is rising. The energy that once sustained false identity is now dismantling it, and that process consumes vital force. This fatigue is not failure, is transformation. You are not lazy, you are recalibrating. Your nervous system, once wired for defense and performance, is learning a new rhythm, one rooted in authenticity rather than image. Do not fight the fatigue. Rest, dream, breathe. The butterfly does not break the cocoon with force, but with surrender. The second symptom is physical pain with no clear origin. Joint aches, chest pressure, back tension, muscles spasms. These are not just biological flukes. They are somatic imprints, places where unprocessed emotion, trauma, and ancestral energy have lived in your body. As you awaken, the psyche begins to purge. What was buried begins to surface, and the body, being the loyal servant of the unconscious, carries that purge. If you felt pain moving through different areas of your body without explanation, consider the emotional symbolism. Chest pressure may reflect grief once denied. Lower back pain may signal a fear of financial insecurity rooted in survival. Throat tightness may stem from a lifetime of silence. The body remembers what the mind forgets, and awakening is the remembering of what was exiled. This is not to say you should ignore medical concerns. Always honor the body, but also honor the possibility that your symptoms are not just problems, they may be messages. The body is not betraying you. It is revealing you. It is asking you to listen in a new way, not with fear, but with reverence. The third symptom is changes in sleep pattern. You may find yourself waking up at 3 a.m. without reason. You may sleep less or need much more sleep than usual. You may have vivid dreams or a complete absence of them. This is because the unconscious is active. In Jungian thought, the early hours of the morning are when the veil between the conscious and unconscious is thinnest. Waking at 3 a.m. is not random, it is symbolic. It is the soul calling you into dialogue. What are you avoiding in the daylight? What truth is trying to break through? Sleep is the theater of the soul. During awakening, that theater becomes intensely active. Old archetypes return. Shadow figures emerge. Symbols you don't understand begin to surface. Don't dismiss them. Write them down. Observe their patterns. The psyche is trying to integrate what you once split off. This is not insomnia, it is initiation. The fourth symptom is heightened sensitivity light, sound, crowds, conversations. Even food may feel overwhelming. Your skin may tingle, your hearing may sharpen. You may become overstimulated easily. This is not regression, it is refinement. Your nervous system is evolving. What once felt normal now feels toxic. What you once tolerated, gossip, noise, violence, chaos, now disturbs your core. You are not becoming weaker. You are becoming clearer. The filters you once used to numb your environment, distraction, defense, disconnection, are dissolving. You are starting to feel the truth of your surroundings. And with that truth comes discomfort. This is not a flaw in your design. It is a sign of progress. In alchemical terms, this is the stage of dissolution. The old self breaks down, the senses heighten, the inner world spills into the outer. Many resist this stage. They return to distraction. But if you stay, if you learn to breathe through the intensity, you discover something extraordinary. Sensitivity is not a curse, it is a compass. It tells you what is aligned and what is not. It becomes the voice of the soul. The fifth symptom is spontaneous bodily movements, shivers, twitches, tremors, breath changes, spontaneous yoga-like postures, or energy surges. These are signs of Kundalini activity. In Jungian terms, this is the activation of psychic energy in its raw form. When the unconscious rises rapidly, the ego is overwhelmed, the body takes over. It becomes a channel for integration. These movements are not madness. They are meaning. They are the psyche's attempt to express what words cannot. Many mystics, shamans, and sages throughout history have experienced these phenomena. In modern culture, they are often feared or misunderstood, but in the spiritual dimension, they are sacred. If this is happening to you, do not panic. Ground yourself, sit on the earth, drink water, breathe slowly, welcome the energy. Thank your body for being the vessel. You are not broken. You are opening. The electricity in your spine is not dysfunction. It is divine remembrance. And the sixth symptom, the most disorienting of all, is identity loss. You may look in the mirror and not recognize yourself. You may feel disconnected from old goals, friends, beliefs. You may feel as if your personality is dissolving. And it is. Because spiritual awakening is not an upgrade of your current self. It is the death of the false self. The ego is terrified of this. It panics. It clings. It tries to reassert control through anxiety, distraction, or resistance. But something deeper in you knows this unraveling is necessary. The roles you played, the masks you wore, the stories you believed, they are falling away. And beneath them is something real, something ancient, something eternal. You are not losing yourself. You are losing the illusion. What remains is your essence, not as a role, but as a presence, not as a name, but as a being. And as terrifying as this feels, it is also liberating. For the first time, you are not living from the outside in, you are living from the inside out. Jung believed that individuation, the full realization of the self, requires a descent, a confrontation with the unconscious, a death and rebirth. These 6 physical symptoms are not random. They are signs that you are descending into your deeper nature, that the soul is reclaiming the body, that the unconscious is becoming conscious. But the path is not linear. You may experience these symptoms in cycles. You may feel worse before you feel better. You may doubt everything. You may want to turn back. Don't. The pain is not punishment. It is purification. The old must break for the new to emerge. The cocoon must crack for the wings to unfold. If you are feeling lost, you are not failing. You are arriving. You are arriving at the edge of the known self and stepping into the mystery. And the body, in all its wisdom, is your guide. So listen to your fatigue. It is asking you to slow down, listen to your pain. It is asking you to release. Listen to your dreams. They are asking you to remember. Listen to your tremors. They are asking you to trust. Listen to your silence. It is asking you to be still. Listen to your soul. It is asking you to awaken. This journey will humble you. It will shake you. It will change you. But it will also set you free. Eventually, will we stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and you begin to ask, "What is waking up within me?" This subtle shift marks the beginning of real transformation. The physical symptoms you've endured are not random, they are responses, signals, sacred tremors from the soul, urging you to pay attention, not just to your body, but to your being. As the awakening deepens, so does the discomfort. You may find that ordinary activities suddenly feel unbearable. Environments that once excited you now drain you. Conversations feel hollow. Small talk becomes intolerable. This isn't arrogance, this is vibrational dissonance. Your inner frequency is changing. You are outgrowing the resonance of the old world, and your body feels the gap. Jung wrote that neurosis is often the cry of the soul for a fuller life. In spiritual awakening, the neurosis may no longer appear solely as psychological confusion. It can erupt as pain in the gut, tension in the chest, electric buzzing in the spine. These are invitations to drop below the intellect and into embodiment, to feel what the soul is saying, not through ideas, but through sensation. The ancient mystics knew this. They taught that the body is the temple, the altar, the medium through which the divine expresses itself. And when the divine begins to stir within you, the body becomes the vessel of transmutation. This is not metaphysical poetry, it is cellular reality. Your nervous system, your endocrine system, your fascia all begin to rewire themselves as new awareness takes root. This is why grounding becomes essential. Without grounding, the energy of awakening becomes overwhelming. You may feel unsteady, dizzy, disconnected. You may struggle to focus or complete simple tasks. This is because you are not only navigating the material world, you are straddling dimensions. One part of you is still here, while another is waking up to something timeless. Grounding is not about escaping the spiritual, it is about anchoring it. Walk barefoot on the earth, touch trees, drink water slowly, breathe deeply, return to your senses. These small acts create a bridge between the expanding soul and the stabilizing body. Without this bridge, you may feel as though you're floating above your life, unable to integrate what you are learning. And integration is the true goal. Enlightenment is not about escaping your body. It is about inhabiting it more fully. When the soul returns to the body with awareness, even pain becomes purposeful. Even fatigue becomes a teacher. Even discomfort becomes sacred. You stop running from your symptoms and begin to receive their wisdom. For example, the chronic fatigue that accompanies awakening is not simply depletion. It's a message from your system. We are doing deep restructuring. Slow down. The body cannot sustain high vibrational energy if it is still trapped in patterns of overwork, people-pleasing, and performance. Fatigue demands rest, not as laziness, but as obedience to the soul's new rhythm. The unexplained pains that move through your joints or muscles are not betrayals, they are releases. Stored emotion, intergenerational trauma, residue from past identities. As you stretch spiritually, your cells must let go of their history. That's why some people cry during yoga, or shake during meditation, or weep during stillness. The body is not malfunctioning, it is speaking. Let it. Sleep disturbances, too, are not just inconvenient, they are initiations. The early morning wake-ups, the dream downloads, the restless nights. These are symptoms of soul movement. The unconscious becomes more active when the ego rests. And as the veil thins, your psyche wants your attention, not to torture you, but to teach you. Write your dreams down. Sit in the silence of your 3 a.m. awakenings. Ask what wants to be seen, what is unresolved, and what is birthing itself. These moments, though unsettling, often carry the most profound guidance. The ego sees them as problems. The soul sees them as portals. Sensitivity increases because the body is becoming more attuned. You are no longer numb. You are no longer asleep. You feel everything, not just physically, but psychically. You may sense the emotions of others. You may detect dishonesty before it's spoken. You may know something without understanding why. This is not imagination. This is intuition awakening. Jung called this the emergence of the self, where the individual begins to align with a deeper intelligence within. And as this alignment grows, the outer world starts to reflect it. Old relationships fall away. New ones appear. Serendipities increase. Time feels less linear. Synchronicities become more frequent. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Your inner world is shaping your outer experience. The spontaneous body movements, the tremors, the chills, the spontaneous postures are signs of energy releasing itself. The body is remembering how to move like nature, organically, rhythmically, without performance. These movements are not meant to be controlled. They are meant to be trusted. You are not going crazy. You are unwinding lifetimes of tension. The identity loss is perhaps the hardest part. You may feel like a stranger in your own life. Your job, your hobbies, your ambitions, they no longer fit. You are shedding not just behaviors, but entire belief systems. This is frightening, but it is necessary. The ego must die for the soul to rise. Let yourself grieve who you used to be. Let yourself question what you used to want. This is not regression. It is realignment. You are not empty. You are spacious. You are making room for your true self to emerge, not the self that was shaped by society or turned or family or trauma, but the self that remembers its origin. This deeper self does not need to shout. It does not need applause. It moves with quiet authority. It listens more than it speaks. It sees through masks. It walks with peace, even in chaos. And as this self takes root, your body changes again. The symptoms lessen. The chaos settles. You begin to feel at home within yourself, not because the world is calm, but because you are. You will still have days of pain, days of fatigue, days where you question everything, but they will no longer frighten you. You will recognize them as waves, not as tsunamis. You will trust the rhythm. You will lean into the silence. And in that trust, the symptoms will become less intense, less frightening. They will become companions, not enemies. And something else will happen. Others will begin to notice. They will feel your energy before you speak. They will sense your depth. They may not understand it, but they will respect it. And some will be drawn to it. You will become a mirror for their awakening. A silent guide, not by preaching, but by presence. This is the gift of spiritual awakening through the body. It humbles you. It refines you. It roots you. It makes you real. You are no longer chasing light. You are becoming it. In your walk, in your breath, in your quiet strength. You carry the light not as a performance, but as a presence. And as this presence deepens, you will stop seeking answers outside of you. You will begin to trust your own knowing, your own rhythm, your own timing. You will realize that everything you need is within you, not as a cliche, but as a lived experience. Your body is no longer a prison, it is a compass, a sanctuary, a map. Jung once wrote that the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are, and spiritual awakening is that privilege, paid for in tears, in tremors, in sleepless nights, but rewarded in truth. And truth, once embodied, cannot be taken from you. So if you are shaking, aching, waking in the night, feeling disoriented, fatigued, or overwhelmed, breathe. You are not alone. You are not broken. You are awakening. Your body is not betraying you. It is becoming a vessel for the soul. Trust it. Honor it. Thank it. The symptoms may be strange, they may be frightening, but they are also sacred. You are in the birth canal of your own becoming. And when the contractions pass, and the breath returns, and the clarity rises, you will stand as one who has crossed the threshold, not by escaping the body, but by entering it more fully than ever before. And from that place, everything changes.